Alright, guys, so I'm going to be doing some Patreon requests today, starting off with Hunter Johnson, who asked me to do a pretty interesting, shall we say, topic. What if Ash Ketchum was a Green Lantern? Um, so, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the third tier, that'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, I hope you all enjoy this, and yeah, let's get started with the video. So, um, yeah, I don't even know where to start with this. So Ash Ketchum does kind of like when you think about it, Ash does um, kind of fit the Green Lantern vibe. He really does. Like, I do think he is kind of like Green Lantern material because at first thought you'd think, fucking really. Um, but hey, the guy was literally like tried to stop a war between between clones and a magical god, and end up turning to stone, and then was revived through tears. Yeah, and then there was also the whole thing where he was the chosen one in another story. He's also encountered gods without fear or anything like that. He's basically just done everything. So yeah, like when you really like do a little bit more thinking, you do kind of think, yeah, this guy is more like he's basically um, Green Lantern material. But what would he be like as a Green Lantern? Like that's kind of the big question you have to ask yourself is like what kind of lantern would he be? I think it would be kind of funny because like he's perpetually 10 to 12 years old at his core. So I feel like he would just be kind of seen as like the eternal rookie. And also I feel like Guy would like I really do feel like Guy would give him the most shit because he's like, what are we just giving the lantern rings like are they just like rings in a cereal box? Like what's going on here? You're like the ninth human Green Lantern we've had. Are we just giving them away now? And also, when did we start taking in kids? So I think Guy would be really. I really do feel like Guy would give Ash some real shit about it. I also think like Ash is a lantern because he wouldn't be able to take his Pokemon with him. Most of his constructs would be like made to look like Pokemon. Also, the other thing is too, he's kind of had to do all of his stuff comes through his Pokemon. I do know he's very hands-on and shit like that, but like a lot of this stuff is going to be a learning curve because he knows how to be a Pokemon master. He doesn't know how to like he's gonna try to command the ring like a Pokemon at first, and that's not how it's gonna work. But once he like tries to apply some knowledge to it, I think he'll get the hang of it eventually. But yeah, I do think a lot of his constructs will just be like his imagination will just be what Pokemon can I make for my ring. That's how I think it'll go. As for like how the other lanterns would probably view him, oh, Kilowog will eat him alive, maybe even literally. Um, I think he like Hal would take him under his wing, but I think the lantern he'd kind of gravitate towards the most is probably like the one lantern I think he would probably gravitate towards the most is more than likely what's Kyle. I think Kyle Rayner would take him under his wing because he's like, I was I mean, I was a little older than him, but there was a time where I was the only Green Lantern and no one told me anything. So I think he'd take him under his wing. And again, Guy would just shit on him constantly because that's just how Guy shows love. um, yeah, I do. I do think also Ash would probably be a fast learner as a lantern. I do feel like he would probably. I feel like he would also probably be more than willing to like also break some rules against the Guardians. And I feel that's the moment when he starts breaking rules over the Guardians. That's when Guy's like, "All right, kid, I see what you're putting down. I like that." Um, I also really do feel like he would at least try to bring Pikachu with him because he can't be anywhere without that rat. So or at the very least, like he would just have like a construct of Pikachu whenever he's away, like on his shoulder or something like that, just to remind him of home or something of that nature. Because remember, the Pokemon world ain't like Earth. It may look Earth-like, but it's different. So I think like he would be like, so you guys are like me, but you guys don't have wild monsters on your planet. He's like, we do, and they don't like it when you try to capture them. Um, yeah. So logically speaking, I think Ash as a Green Lantern, like it does work. Again, I think he really does fit all the criteria as a Green Lantern. Um, and I think it would be a learning experience, but I do feel like he'd get the hang of it at some point. Anyway, so yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents on it. But yeah, I'd like to thank Hunter Johnson for this Patreon request. I know it's a little out there, but this is what he asked for. There was another one request he wanted from me, but I was just like, that is way too complex. That would no. So this was a little more manageable. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Ash was a Green Lantern? Just comment below, let me know. And like I said, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the 3rd tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.